blight, find the light at the end. Through the age of the dragon, the people will talk of the day they were saved by a hero named Hawk. Come take a seat and I will recite you a tale of bold adventures spanning both sides of the veil. I knew a champion, we traveled far and wide. We saw so many wonders roving.
Welcome, race fans from around the globe. Here they come, out of turn 4, to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to 1 to Go Studios coverage of the 2021 season, number 3, North-South Street Stock Series, presented by J&G Hardwood Flooring, 5-Star Realty Group, Kelly's Custom Engraving, and Track Time Entertainment. Tonight we bring you coverage of round number 5, live from the New Smyrna Speedway in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. I'm Harold Arner for 1 to Go Studios. Thank you for joining us tonight. You see, we are here for the J&G Hardwood Flooring Shark Bike Capital of the World 125 at New Smyrna, half-mile oval here in the afternoon conditions in Florida off of the coast. These guys are starting their 5 minutes of qualification. And I think I counted over 42 drivers out here trying to make the 30-car field for tonight. Format for the North-South Racing League, as always each week, is the top 26 drivers, regardless of their position and points, will be set for the feature of the 125-lap race. The last 4 positions for the 30-car field are set by the LCQ 15 minutes or 15 laps, yellow laps not counting, but we will finish under green flag conditions for the LCQ. Top 4 advance to the feature. After the LCQ, the 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll go into the feature, which also has up to 10 cars being inverted on the field at the start. So this is the J&G Hardwood Flooring Street Stock Series Shark Bike Capital of the World 125 New Smyrna Beach, Florida, as the drivers are on the track qualifying for tonight's race. Right now we see Matt Dula in the 17 North car in the 20.137 holding the top chart. The top 10 drivers have already taken to the grid and checked in their times. Let's see if we can get some more drivers out here. And there, Brian Wagner. .36 car not making a lap there. If we can get somebody else. Travis Hoffler in the 20 car. One of the South drivers. Out there for his 2 laps. Travis Hoffler now in 22.47. As Travis Hoffler put him in the 8th spot. So he bounced to the 9th spot just now. Minute 45 seconds left in qualification. Minute 20 seconds left. 35 cars have put in a qualifying time. Looks like 42 drivers are currently in the server. Mr. Dula in the house on the North-South Racing League Facebook page, ordering some fish tacos and a shark steak, and it sure sounds better than what I had for dinner. As long as mahi-mahi, I'm not really big on the tilapia. So 43 seconds left in qualification. And I'm sure Kenneth is happy to see Matt on the top of the charts tonight. 20.137. Another thing that we do here at North-South Racing League is we have a $25 bonus up for any driver that can win in enemy territory. This is a South track, so the North will be looking to capitalize, as so far it looks like Justin and Matt are looking to do just that tonight. Jared Apel just put the Matt Dula car down to 2nd spot. As we finished up there. All right, so the LCQ getting ready to go here. So we will give you the grid for the LCQ. Starting grid for the Shark Bite Capital of the World LCQ. Quincy Atkins on the inside, JD Rich on the outside of row 1. Inside row number 2 is Dylan Carnes and Jeff Bergner. Outside of him in 5th is Shane Loveridge and Brandon Dennis. In row number 4, Christopher Carter and Kirk Saggart in the 8th spot. Row number 5 is Jamie Dennis and Jeff Mathis. Row 6, James Grimm and Travis Heimlich. Row 7 is Thomas Stewart and Kevin Saggart. Dante Curtis and Brian Wagner in row number 8. That would be everybody. 16 drivers looking to make it out of the LCQ in the race number into tonight's race. 4 cars will advance up. Four cars will advance to the qualifier. Or advance to the feature, I'm sorry, it should say. This is a half-mile racetrack here at New Smyrna. Next week is a showdown series at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Get ready to watch that pace car duck down. Last week's winner was Kevin Barrett Jr. Top 5 in points: Hacker, Eastman, Johnson, Curtis, and Dula. As we saw Curtis in this, it needs to make his way from the back of the field if he's going to make it into tonight's feature. 15 laps to go as we're green flag racing. We'll hold it right here on the 4th spot car, which is at 21 right now, of Jeff Bergner. 21 all chrome machine. They're the top 4 drivers out front. Nose to tail, it goes all the way back, and then now starting to 8 goes around as the McDonald machine seemed like they got contact. Not seeing the yellow fly just yet. They're still under the 22, and Dante Curtis around, and the 03 caution is out. Number 12 car of Dalen Carnes' fastest lap. So we'll reset back to the completion of lap number 2. So we'll usher it on back here. As Quincy Atkins, Dalen Carnes, J.D. Rich, and Jeff Bergner are going to be the top 4 still. They're going to try to line it back up here. They'll have 13 laps or 15 minutes, so it looks like 12 minutes remaining or 11 minutes remaining. So 11 minutes or 12 laps. And Devin Rogers, Tracy Nichelle. Good to see you guys in North South Racing League's Facebook page. If you're watching us on the One to Go Studios pages, either Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, give us a shout out in the chat. I can see it. I will talk to you. I promise. I'm not trying to scare people away. This is your show as much as it is mine. So right now, JD Rich and the 21, or it looks like JD Rich may be the 4th car with the 21 outside. So Rich being the bubble. And you know Dante Curtis was involved in that turn, so that may hurt him. And he's 4th in points right now and is in danger of not making tonight's event. 22 car issued an EOL. The 22 of Jamie Dennis will be going to the back of the field at the restart of the LCQ. Down to 9.5 minutes remaining as we go back to green flag racing. Quincy Atkins, your race leader. And Dylan Carnes, Jeff Berner, and J.D. Rich there. J.D. Rich is on the bubble. As we see these cars trying to fight their way into tonight's feature. And J.D. Rich now up to the 2nd spot, putting Shane Loveridge in the bubble position. That number 72 ride. Here's our 4th spot car. We see cars, the 8 car around again, and the 22 with him. Yellow is out. Jeff Mathis, 2nd time he's gone around. Not sure if it was by himself or contact. We'll reset to the end of lap 5. So we'll still have 10 laps to go. And looks like 8 minutes left. While we're getting this here, let's look at the Lottie'sTravelWorld.com weather. If you're looking for a vacation, staycation, trying to get out of the house, contact Lottie'sTravelWorld.com. Let them plan so you can tan. They want to help you out, get you where you need to be. So the Shark Bite, capital of the world, 125 for the night. Partly cloudy skies, air temperature 90 degrees, and that track temperature hot enough to cook on, 138 degrees. With a relative humidity of 64, and the winds are storming out of the southeast at 13 miles an hour. And I don't know, Mr. Dula, they'll wonder how the wall act tonight. And then the wall is going to be kicking people back into play. That's what the wall is going to be doing today. Unfortunately, that may be sending people through other cars on the way down to the inside. Yeah, our sponsors here. Special thanks to all of our sponsors as they're on that sponsors board. And now a South driver is in command, as you see the gray flag in the top there. And that is for the LCQ, but that will change based on who is in command. And if it's blue, we'll hear our ogres trucks complain that they're being under attack because it will be going to enemy territory. I like to throw little extra things in every once in a while. Mr. Dula, badly, Dula says, won't act nice, it'll act mean. So, a couple drivers already out of the LCQ, the 36th and the 8th, as we're back under green flag conditions. Working lap number 6. The 6 is down, so we're working on lap 7. So 8 laps to go, 6 minutes to go. Some cars around on the back end there. Not sure. Looks like Christopher Carter made his way around up here. Not sure. Yellow is out now. We had a lot of cars in the back there go spinning around. Try to see if we can grab this from a view here. Top review of the 141. There's Dante Curtis, that 03 car. 76 contact there, or the 03. That started a chain reaction there. The 141 spins around by himself. Caution out again. A lot of drivers trying to move up. 16 cars looking for 4 spots. We're winding down the last chance qualifier. Matt Dool is cheering on Shane Loveridge, who's currently just outside the top 4. Currently on our point screen. 4 of these drivers will bump up into the last chance qualifier. Resetting 141 EOL for that. Race controls showing me. It looks like we're going to have 7 laps and about 3 minutes to get her done. Then we'll be moving on to warm-up. We'll get to some of our sponsors and then grid up for tonight's race. We're 25 laps here in New Smyrna, and we saw the heat in the track. Not enough to cook on, so it will be burning up these tires. You guys have as many tires as they want in the pits, but only 40% of the fuel in their fuel cells. They're going to have to come down and refuel if we're going to go 125 all the way there. All right, Atkins and Jeff Berner, JD Rich, and Christopher Carter are our top 4 drivers. We are back under green flag racing. We're stick here with that 25, the 72. And the 25, because that's the bubble. Oh, big collision. The 25, the 72, the 97, the 40. And it just keeps going around. So caution back out on the raceway. That was a lot of cars involved in that one. All right, so we're still looking around here. It was big for Dylan. That's right, Robbie. Definitely was big for him as we're moving around. 25 EOL on that. Number 42 of Brandon Dennis is definitely currently in the bubble position. They're getting ready to go back to green flag. We'll have 6 laps. We're in overtime, so it'll be 1 lap. Just 1 lap. It'll be white flag when the car gets off. So first one be it right here. So JD Rich and Braden Dennis. 3rd and 4th spot. That 97 of Travis Heimlich and Kirk Saggart in the 40. Trying to catch up. See if they can get there. And you see the 4 cars moving around here. Top 4, we have it sliding there to 75, it looked like, or 76. It's my scoring saying 5 to go, but we are past overtime here. Maybe scoring showing 1 more minute left, sorry. So final lap here. As the 4th place currently is the 42 machine. As they're coming around for the checkered flag, there you see the 4 drivers to make it through for tonight's feature. So the results for the LCQ. Atkins, Bergner, Rich, and Dennis will move forward. Saggers, Heimlich, Carter, Grimm, Loveridge, Carnes, Dennis, Stewart, Curtis, Mathis, and Wagner will be putting in the trailer and coming back for Bristol next week for the showdown. Guys are out there getting in their warm-ups. We're going to go talk about some of our sponsors for a bit. Pits will be busy tonight. Yes, double stack, as I seen earlier. So 30 cars pitting here. Tonight's Hard Charger Award, as always, be by Track Time Entertainment. This award is earned by a driver who gained the most positions in the race, and a picture of their car is taken and posted to the Facebook page with its own write-up to highlight the accomplishment. And we will definitely put them on the stream tonight. You'll see that. Not only has Track Time Entertainment picked up the weekly Hard Charger, but they are offering our drivers a discount as well. Track Time Entertainment is located in Texas and builds custom driving simulators with a personal touch. Rigs are fully customizable with color options and utilize 80/20 US extruded aluminum. These rigs offer a wide range of adjustability, as well as different options for wheels, shifters, and keyboards. The possibilities are endless. If you can dream it, Track Time Entertainment can build it for you. Tonight's presenting sponsors, J&G Hardwood Flooring. They're the title sponsors for the Street Stocks. J&G Hardwood Flooring is a small family-owned business which started in 2005, located in Christiana, Tennessee, and serves all of Middle Tennessee. Owners Josh and Brandon Klasinski have a combined 35 years of experience to serve all of your flooring needs. From new construction, remodels, or even small repairs, for estimates and scheduling, call 615-904-2218. Grid and the results are presented by Five Star Realty Group. 5 Star Realty Group is located on the Emerald Coast in beautiful Panama City, Florida. 5 Star Realty has years of experience in residential properties, investment opportunities, vacation rentals, and commercial properties, and looks forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. And our sponsor is Kelly's Custom Engraving. It's a locally owned and operated business located in Whaleville, North Carolina, specializing in custom engraving of wood, leather, glass, acrylic, and many more materials. Be sure to like and follow their Facebook page to view all of their amazing products and place your order. They also provide the plaques for all the showdown events for the NSRL, like next week's Bristol races for both the Street Stocks and the ARCA class. You can head on over to the North-South Racing League Facebook page and check out the beginning race of it. It was North Wilkesboro and some of the winners and what they got. I think Brian posted what he had. So, as Michael Xavier says, hey, in the Facebook. Pits will be busy, that's for sure, as Kevin Dula points that out. And they'll be double pitted, which means there'll be cars looking like they're on top of one another, but don't worry, iRacing doesn't penalize for that. The cars actually in the boxes don't affect one another, but they do affect once they leave the pit box area, and then they become solid again. So think about them like the ghosts, and they just go one over each other while they're on the actual pit boxes. Once they leave, they get back to being able to crumple up one another's cars. 1 minute left in the warm-up, so these guys know where they'll be pitting. And then we'll talk about the grid as soon as it establishes. I said that's the one thing about the inversion is I don't even know what the grid's going to look like until it actually populates. We should have 2 parade laps. Give me time to go through the 30-car field with you. We'll be doing this pretty darn quick, so bear with me. 25 seconds left in as you're seeing these guys put in their time. And I think the 13 just went into that inside retaining wall right off the front stretch. All right, let's look at the grid for tonight. Inside row 1, Kevin Barrett Jr., who's last week's winner. Justin Grosser inside of 2, Matt Dula and Jared Apel. It looks like we inverted 4. Gary Eschen and Brian Hacker in row 3. Row 4, Brian Holman and Jesse Womack. Row 5, Dustin Shepard and Philip Martin. 6, Brandon Klasinski and Travis Hoffler. Devin Rogers and William Eastman in 13th and 14th. 15th is Dan Janjanin. And 16th is Jason Gordon. 17th is Dale Miller outside him. Matt Cook. In 19th position, Dylan Kalin and Colin Phillip. Ryan Johnson in the 21st position and Adam Gebel in the 22nd position. Joe Witowski in the 23 and 24 is Josh Nelms. Robbie Clabby in the 25th position. 26th is Austin Griffiths. Quincy Atkins, winner of the LCQ, in the 27th, outside of Jeff Bergner. And JD Rich and Brandon Dennis will roll out the field. That is your 15 rows, 30 cars for the 5 Star Realty Group starting lineup for the Shark Bite Capital of the World 125 in the street stocks. Some of the guys will be getting EOLs, so you'll see the grid being mixed up a little bit, but we'll get it all sorted out and get ready to run. So I'm showing currently, starting here should be the 2, the 991, 15, 21, 14, 158, 1, and the 4 are all going to the back. So we got about 7 cars being issued EOLs. One of the things they do is here is Kevin Barrett, who would have been on the lead position, gets an EOL for being the winner last week. So winners from the previous week have to start from the end of the longest line. Is how they do things here in the North-South Racing League. Make it harder for you to double them up week to week. So 125 laps. Guys are pacing the field. So Matt Dula will put himself into the top position to start this event. Here they come to the green flag. There we go. Dula taking a commanding lead. Started in that 3rd spot, was able to move up 1 to 38. Justin Grosser's up there now. Get our sponsors back up there, and there it is. South track under attack.
We're being attacked!
Being attacked. The North in control of the South track, so enemy at the gate and enemy territory with Matt Dula putting up the fastest time. Justin Grosser right behind him. The Eschen in the 38. The yellow is out. Let's see here. I see Robbie in the 73. Let's see if we can back this out some and find out what happened. Watching the 73 here. Like small contact with a 29. There's enough to set the car, and the 75 is involved in that as well. Okay. 73 raises his hand, says that was on me, guys, and he'll go back to the end of the longest line. Back to live racing. Yeah, a lot of drivers on the racetrack all the way around the place, but definitely interesting that Justin Grosser decided to come down pit lane, possibly for tires. 11.5 seconds on his pit stop, but that puts him from being in the 2nd spot all the way back to 23rd. The race leader, Matt Dula, see where he wants to line up in command of this race. Said next week is a showdown event, longer race at Bristol, and they will have that plaque up for grabs. Pretty big lead so far. 42 cars have made the attempt to make the 30-car field. So we had to send 12 drivers home. One of them was our third place championship point sitter. So Matt Dula brings us to the green flag, off to a good start again. 4/10 over Brian Hacker. Brian Hacker still looking for that win. He's been in the mix almost every week in the top 3. New Smyrna, there's Gary Eschen in the second spot in that 23 ride. And Michael Jordan on his vehicle. Dula off almost 5/10 over the rest of the field here. We're working lap number 9 of 125. 23 gets loose. Hacker commandingly takes that outside line all the way around at 23. He's in the second spot. Dula with another fast time of 22:03. You see the first 6 or 7 cars are single file now. Dula's working a high line there and smacks the wall off of 4. Brings that lead down to almost nothing. Hacker with the fastest time now at 21:93. He's looking at the back of that 17 ride. Hacker's there looking for a spot. Slides the car out of 4. Mind the audience here, the track was very hot. Let's take a look at things that might have cooled down a little bit. Weather report from Lottie's Travel World. 134 degrees on the racetrack. That is blistering hot for these tires. Gary Eschen on the back of the 6 as we continue to work 13 laps in here. See 17. So back to the 4th spot of Dustin Shepard's single file. Then we start seeing double file back there with Jared Apel, Bill Martin, and Brian Holman. With Apel on the inside, everybody else on his outside. Wonder what lane is going to just train on by him or not. Dula continued to work the line. After looking for a way to get around him, as the 23 and the 89 have gotten right to the bumper. And while they're fighting here, it looks like Holman is catching up, and he's bringing Philip Martin and Jared Apel with him, as Phil and Apel are battling side by side here. You see at 46, that's Phil Martin, and he's got the high line. Looks like he'll pass Apel on this lap. Apel will just drop in the line. Single file now of the first 10 drivers. Back up here is Hacker, who looks like Gary Eschen was attacking the inside, pulled back. Finishing lap number 16. So we keep on trucking through here. This half-mile track. Throwing in about 20.5 second laps. As we have fallen off about 2/10 from our starting times. As that 6 car is continuing to look for a way around the 17 car. So he pulls off the wall. Gets that car upset a little bit. Hacker's right there on his rear bumper, and Eschen on the back of him. Staying off of one another, but then that was awful close. 23 dives underneath the 6 car in the turn. The 17 slides up in front of the 6. 6 goes underside to see if he can make the pass underneath the 17. Hacker's working that low line as they come back to the stripe. 6 is on the inside of that car. Can he finish the pass under that 17 Ricker machine? It looks like that's just not the place to be. It's down low. This Hacker's under attack by the 23 car of Gary Eschen and Dustin Shepard right behind him. And now the 60's come into play. So the 6, the 17, and the 23, your top 3 cars, continue to do battle in the front of this race. Where the 6 and the 17, it looks like the 6 is better in, the 17's better off. Now it's side by side with the 23 of Eschen as Hacker and Eschen do battle, as it looks like Dula's back ahead again. 23 slides it a little high. Coming off of turn number 4 allows the 6 to get back in line. You start to see the cherry red brakes in the 89 ride. So that's 17, and there's a 6. 6 slides up the track. The 23 looking for the hole. Backs out. So the North is the top 3 positions here, and the South driver of Dustin Shepard trying to regain control of home track. The North has commanding lead here.
We're being attacked!
As the North have command of the South track, it is an enemy territory controlled track thus far tonight. We're working lap 24 of the 125. Have one caution thus far. The Hacker working all over the back of Dula, and Gary Eschen watching to see what he can do here. Be on board with Hacker. He's right there on his bumper. Whoa, Nelly. A little bit of contact there as he used that bumper. And there's a 6 and the 17 side by side. Might have moved him out of the way for a little bit, but he's still got to make the pass. They dive into turn number 1. 6 has a slight lead, but can he hold it going to the stripe out of 3 and 4? They're side by side. 6 and the 17, neither one giving an inch. 23, Gary Eschen right there looking to capitalize on any mistake as the 6 back gets out and gives it back to the 17. To 23 down below the apron as the 6 takes the high line. We completed 27 laps of the 125, so 20% down so far. Top drivers all the way back to 15 have yet to come down the pit lane. Matt Dula still commanding this race from the pole position. And continue to drive here. The 23 now attacking the 6. They were single file all the way back to Jared Apel, and Apel looks like he just dropped underneath to try to make a pass under Phil Martin. That would be back for the 6th spot. As all these cars are pretty darn close to one another all the way through. So 17 in that 6 car. Continue to work. Back stretch 23 next. To 6. And Matt Dula and Hacker, Eschen, Shepard, and Holman, the top 5 drivers so far tonight. Really haven't been a lot of movement between those 5. We did have Grosser up here, and now he's in the 15th spot. The first car with the newer tires. So 36 laps down. Dula in command. Hacker behind him. Eschen, Shepard, and Holman. The single file line of all these guys here. Their eye in the sky camera. As you see, single file all the way back to the 25 machine. Devin Rogers. Sliding around a little bit. See Jared Apel there. Look at the 3, and that is Tiny Horse starting to come up into the picture now. The 23 looking underneath the 6. He'll decide backing out. 13 and a 6 crossing over. Be completing a 41. We've been green flag. 37 laps here. As that's the number on the tires of the number 38 of Justin Grosser, is now in the 14th spot. So a lot of green flag laps thus far. So drivers are showing some really good patience tonight at New Smyrna. .23 out of sorts there, and Dustin backs off, did not hit him, and Coleman backs back, and Phillip does too. Everybody's not running into one another, just backing out a little bit, showed some patience all the way around. There's a view of the Little Smyrna track inside the track. See the guy single file all the way back to Tiny Horse. Dula, Hacker, Eschen, Shepard, and Holman. So 3 North drivers up front. The other guy and the 2 South drivers right behind them. Ooh, the 89 and the 23 make contact, and a big pile up on the backstretch. Caution out. Here in the eye in the sky camera. To the 89 making contact with the 23. The 60 gets involved. Martin involved. Apple involved. Or Apple, the 25 is involved. And everybody else seems to get around. Everybody gets back underway. 89 being issued the EOL for that. If everybody's on pit road, except for looks like Quincy Atkins staying out. He's coming in this time. So Dustin Shepard, he goes in. Janin, he's in. So Jason Gordon, looks like he's trying to stay out. And looks like he will be in the race lead. The 29 of Jason Gordon puts command back into South's hands. They trapped some drivers a lap down there. As the 29 just wanted to get a lap. He's coming down pit lane. So let's see what happens at the end of this. Who is in command? Looks like Brian Hacker may be our new race leader. Let's take a look as everything slides around and find out. We're working lap 50, so have 75 laps remaining. So lots of pits, a lot of different pit strategy going on. It looks like everybody's taking tires in that last pit stall. So everybody reset now. Everybody's on the same exact set of tires, fuel. So reset. All the strategy out the window. As Hacker
We're being attacked!
takes command of this race for the North again. So Hacker, Dula, and Johnson are the North drivers in the top 3. Then Dale Miller, the only South driver, in the top 5, and Justin Grosser has moved his way back into the top 5 after the pit stops. Tiny Horse has moved himself back into 3rd. But he's moved up quite a bit. 18 positions. If we're talking about position moves, currently, here is our biggest movers. So Quincy Atkins, Tiny Horse Johnson, and JD Rich. Well, that's currently our biggest movers of tonight. Pace car out of the way. From high above the flag stand, the green flag's out. Here they go. Hacker in command now, new leader. Matt Dula in the 2nd spot. So there they go, the 6 and the 17. They're one right behind the other. Tiny Horse watching this from the front of his windshield as Justin Grosser has made it back up. So the top 4 under the North command, Dale Miller and Quincy Atkins, Brandon Klasinski are the 3 South drivers. 5, 6, and 7 yellow back out. Go and pull this back up. See if we might be able to figure out what happened here. We're looking at the 46, turn 1 and 2 there. And the 3 and 4. There's some checking up going on. And the 18 looks like he just got into the back of the 46. We'll see what they give. 19 is the EOL. So let's check out the 19. Austin Griffiths. Back it up here. on the 19, so he'll be given an EOL. Drivers coming down pit lane. Hacker staying out. The first drivers into pit lane. We have Dustin Shepard in the 17th spot on pit lane. Looks like the top 16 have elected to stay out. Top 17 have elected to stay out. 18th is Shepard. Like, as the timing story is catching up, 22 cars stayed out. Looks like a couple cars did come down. They were laps down. So there's 17 cars on the lead lap currently. Last car on the lead lap, the 19 of Austin Griffiths, who was given the EOL for the last incidental contact. Looks like Devin Rogers has had a problem with his vehicle, and he's out of the track at the moment. We're just about halfway, so the cross flag should come out here. Signal halfway to Brian Hacker and Dula. When we come back to green flags, we'll have about a half of a race remaining. Just at the 62 lap mark. Watch that pace car drop down. Right there. Hacker in control here. He fires them off. Turn number 1 they go. Duel on the inside of Hacker. Hacker's taking the wide line around. He's got command of this lead right now. 1/10 ahead of Dula. Here comes Tiny Horse on the inside, Grosser on the outside, as the front 4 are all North drivers. Hacker, Dula, Johnson, Grosser, and Atkins. I believe Atkins came from our LCQ. Yes, he did. 27th. So he was the winner of our LCQs. To put him up in the top 5 and the top South driver. Hacker with the fastest lap. Just taking this time, counting the laps down. Tiny Horse and Grosser continued to battle for the 3rd spot. Now that 75 of Quincy Atkins pull up in here. He's pulling around the Dale Miller in the 9 car with him. The 3 and the 38 doing battle side by side. Johnson backs out, gives the position to Grosser. We're working lap 69 of 125. Let's go through the field here. Your race leader is Brian Hacker. Number 6, also the fastest lap. Matt Dula in second spot. Justin Grosser, that 38 machine, is holding third. Ryan Johnson, Tiny Horse, is in the fourth spot in the 3 ride. Quincy Atkins, the winner of our LCQ, is currently in fifth as the caution is out. At 53, hit the outside line by himself. Didn't look like he made contact with anyone else. But definitely 53. Wall hit twice, and you can see part of the car left on the racetrack. So we better go get that. So the North continues to lead this race. And the Goodyear flip camera as we're working lap 74, 125. So be about 50 laps remaining. So once we get everything sorted out, 14 drivers on 25 lap tires. See if any takers on pit lane. No one thus far. Looks like JD Rich is the first one to go down pit lane. The 12th spot. Drivers are saying track position is just way too important here. Be pitting. All right, back we go from the flag stand. Green flag's out. Hacker still leading. It's Hacker and Dula and Tiny Horse. Yellow is out. And here back trying to find what happened here. It's in that 24. He got down in front of the 21. We'll see what they call it. (21) EOL. So Hacker and Dula. JD Rich on pit lane. Back off there. So he's got new tires. In the 19th position on the last one on the lead lap right now. Top 12 drivers, all with the same laps on their tires. Dula, Johnson, Grosser, and Atkins still the top 5. So 19 cars being shown on the lead lap with Brian Holman in that last position. Should be going back to green flag racing here. Leader should be Hacker, who's elected to take the outside line. Lights are off on the safety car. Ready to go back to green. The 83 laps done. We're getting ready to go here again. Oh, big pile up out of turn number 4. Caution out. Back it up. They had a couple different contacts. Robbie Clabby was given a 14X, so he was bounced from the server for disqualification for incident points. Looks like it's where it started here. Probably see the 18 and the 75. So the 18 underneath the 75 turns him. And then the 1, everybody else taking evasive action. We had that action in the back a little bit as well. So another caution out. We check in with race summary. JG Hardwood flooring summary. Race recap. Shark Bite Capital Rule 125. Hacker leads and is the fastest car on the lead lap. Fastest car overall. 6 caution laps for 29, plus the laps for this one, where 30 racers started. Fastest lap is Brian Hacker. That's your JG Hardwood flooring race recap. Will they come down this time? 18 given the EOL. Hacker and Dula, Grosser all stay out. So the first car with newer tires would be Will Eastman in the 10th spot. And it looks like the newest tires are Quincy Atkins, who's elected to come down for new sets of tires. He's being scored in the 20th position in the back of the lead lap. So working lap 90, so 35 laps to go in tonight's event. Hacker and Dula have been up here fighting for that top position all night long. The race control has extended the caution. Make sure everybody's in the right spot. So, 4 North drivers and Matt Cook, the lone South driver, all the way back to 8th is his only help in Brandon Klasinski. So out of this top 10 drivers, 3 are South, 7 North drivers. We're getting ready to go back to the green flag here. Hacker and dual caution out again. Looks and the caution flag flew again. Who was in that one? Single file restart is the call from race control. Shoot, that's the 0-2 of Dan Janjanin. Let's see if I can get back to that. Trying to keep off the wall, comes back up into the 23 and the 20 car. So that's Dan Janjanin back into the EOL for him tonight. Single file restart for Hacker. Robin says, "Go Ryan, zoom zoom." In the 3rd spot, Tiny Horse. Hacker's looking for his first win of the season. He is our points leader right now in the street stock division. Out of 4 races, he has 3 top 5s. and has a pole. It only has 6 points currently, incident points up till tonight. He was third last week, third at Nashville, third at Richmond, and he was 8th at North Wilkesboro. So he's doing pretty good, top 3 out of 4 races. As these guys are back to green flag, Hacker in the lead. We're about to complete lap 100, so it'll be 25 to go as we cross the stripe here. For the last 25 laps. There's a Hacker in command here with Dula, Johnson watching, Grosser with them as well. Top 4 drivers, all North drivers. Matt Cook, the first South driver. Grosser now putting up the fastest time, 20.168. There's that 6 to 17 to 3. Like all the way back to Will Eastman, single file. For within the last 25 laps of tonight's race. The Hacker with almost a 4/10 of a lead over the second place car 17 of Matt Dula. Front 4 is starting to spread the field out, so it's almost a second back to Matt Cook from the 38. So the top 4 North drivers starting to stretch away from the field. Across here will be 20 to go.
We're being attacked!
This is a reminder to everyone, we are having a North driver in control of a South track. So in enemy territory win here gives an extra 25 to the North driver who can cross the line first. Working 107, 125, 18 to go. Try to get through here. Our driver here is Hacker, Dula in second, Johnson third, Grosser fourth, Cook fifth, sixth is Phil Martin, Will Eastman seventh, eighth is Womack, ninth Plazinski, Griffiths in the 19th position, Jared Apel in the 11th position, J.L. Miller in the 9 is in 12th, Josh Nelms 13th, J.D. Rich in the 14th position, Quincy Atkins 15th in the 75, Dylan Kalin 16th in the 18, Ryan Holman in the 60 car is 17th, Braden Dennis is 18th in the 42, Kevin Barrett Jr., last week's winner, and then number 1 is 19th spot, a lap down. Jeff Bergner also a lap down in the 20th position, 21st, Colin Phillip, and Travis Hoppler in the 22nd position. Back to the front we go. 15 laps remaining. And the 6 has about a half a second lead over the number 17 driver of Matt Dula. These guys are in 60 lap tires. Eastman at 38. Right now, it's still running the green flag condition. 12 laps down as they cross the stripe this time. The 6 sliding around a little bit. Caution out. So looking here, the 13 and the 46, they make contact. And unfortunately for Phil, that was 14, and he's out. So Hacker, not sure if he wanted to see that. Because he was definitely ready to put this one to bed. Tough night there for Philip Martin. Some other drivers looking at quite a few incidents. We got the Quincy Atkins and Dylan Kalin, both with 12 incident points. So we're now looking at 3 drivers that X'd out. Philip Martin, Joe Witowski, and Robbie Clavey. So Hacker in command of this race currently, as we're working lap 114 or 115 now. $115 of 125. Across here will be 10 to go. So we'll be under 10 back under green flag conditions. They have 1 green white checker here if we need it. Hacker, Dula, Johnson, Grosser. Then the single south driver of Matt Cook. Then Womack, Apel. Then Klaczynski, another south driver, Austin Griffiths, and Dale Miller. 13 being shuffled behind the leaders. That's Will Eastman. He's a lap down. We'll put him behind the leaders. Well, looks like we'll have 8 laps to go, so one heck of a shootout coming on the screen here soon. 8-lap shootout. Looks like 16 cars on the lead lap with 8 laps to go. Dula and Hacker have been fighting for the top spots. Okay. Dula backs out to let Hacker take the lead. As we go across in front, race control could turn that car a black flag, but it looks like we're good. The 6 has the lead. 17 underneath him. So the 17 has the edge this time. It'll give Matt Dula the lead coming off of that last lap. As they're side by side, coming for 119. That outside line seems to be a little bit quicker coming off the corners. 6 is ahead, and 17 having to hold down that low line. At the stripe, the 17 barely with a nose. 125, so 6 laps remaining as we're working the 120 lap backstretch. The 6 has 18 into the wall, but he's out of the race, so should keep us going green here. Coming to the stripe again. Too close to call between Hacker and Dula. 5 laps to go. They're side by side, pressing on each other to the backstretch. Dula a little bit snappy on the inside line on the backstretch. We're staying with these guys. This race is heating up. Dula now taking the lead over Hacker. Tiny Horse right on the inside of the 6 car. 4 laps to go. Grosser now looking to take a position away. As he backs out there, it looks like he had nowhere to go. He had to run and nowhere to take it. Tiny Horse and Hacker fighting for the 2nd spot. Hacker has the spot there. Seems some smoke on the infield. Looks like we're still green. 3 laps to go. Dula in command. Washing out. So we will have a green-white checker get us back going again. Zero one turn there and 4 cars around. You want to be able to get with Josh Nelms and see exactly what happened there. .60 and the 0-1 make contact and around the 4 go. Get back to the front here. Dula and Hacker gonna have a green-white checker. Be interesting to see what position that the 17 takes. Eastman around for his lap back. 15 cars on the lead lap as we rack them up for a one shot at a green-white checkered. Current movers are Johnson up 18, Griffiths up 17, JD Rich up 17. All right, getting these guys lined up. Double file restart. The 17 takes the outside line. He'll have command of this race as we go back to green. He'll lead us there. After him and fighting for these last bunch of laps. As the top 4 drivers are all North drivers. Down goes the pace car. They fire it off. .17, big lead over the 6. Hacker, Grosser, right on his tail there. The 6 goes where he needs to go to 3 and a 38 now fighting each other. 1 lap to go. Final lap, 1 to go from 1 to go Studios. Final lap to the number 17, Matt Dula. Brian Hacker not able to catch up though. It looks like 3/10 the separation. Is he going to be able to slam it in there and get it on home? Not sure he's going to be able to get there, but he'll take a second spot. Matt Dula, the winner. Hacker second. Johnson, Tiny Horse in the 3rd position. So good championship run so far for Hacker. So he'll back up his championship lead with the 2nd place position, moving him up for another top 5. Dula burning them down for us. right, now that we got these guys all here, let's go over tonight's results. Your winner for the Shark Bite Capital of the World 125 J&G Hardwood Flooring Street Stocks, presented by 5 Star Realty Group. Matt Dula, Checkered Flag, Hacker, Johnson, Grosser, and Womack, top 5. April, Griffiths, Klaczynski, Cook, and Atkins round out the top 10 here at New Smyrna. Kevin Barrett Jr., last week's winner, is in the 11th spot. JD Rich, 12th. Josh Gnomes, 13th. 14th, Eastman, Miller, 15th. Bergner, Dennis, Hoffler, Phillip, and Holman round out the top 20. 21st is Kalen, Martin, 22nd, 23rd, Butowski, Gable, Janin, Eschen, Clavey, Gordon, Shepard, and Rogers are your racers all the way down to the top 30. Try to get these guys in here so you start talking to some people. All righty, so let's kill this off. Let's find us a good shot of Ryan Johnson's car. All right, let's talk to Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson in the booth with Harold. Top 3 for the 3. What's up, Tiny Horse?
What's going on, buddy?
I don't know, man. You tell me. It's like you're the one who had to run around this place for 130 laps.
Yeah, it was. We had a really good run there at the beginning. I think we had a pretty good long run. I think we were able to save our tires a little bit. We caught up to the front pack, but just about that time the caution came out, and we had some scattered cautions after that. But some really, really good tight racing towards the front of the pack, at least. I'm not sure how the cautions came out or where they were at, but it was an awesome run between me, Matt, Brian, Justin. Everyone up there. Congrats to Matt.
Oh yeah, big night for the North, though.
Yeah, buddy.
You guys put in the top 4 drive. Oh, actually, top 5, 6 at the end there. So the first South driver was Austin Griffiths, is what I'm seeing in 7th, if I'm looking at it right.
Holy cow, that's a good points night.
Yeah, definitely a big night for the North, and you guys need to go out to check it out. I added a nice sound feature in there from the Orc versus Humans. So anytime that the opposing team takes control, I throw that in there. The "We're under attack" sound from the old Orc versus Humans. Those tribute to the World of Warcraft from the original days, but maybe some of the young people may not know that.
All right,
but something new to throw in there, so throw it out there a couple times. But yeah, something new we're doing. But yeah, so good points run for you guys tonight too. You got 4. I think you got a side swipe or something that gave you 4x. But other than that, big run though, up on 18 positions up on the board.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Me and Grosser were just racing really hard those last couple laps, and I knew I was gonna have to drive it in deep and try to hold it down because the outside line was really fast, especially when you were stuck on the inside. And I don't even know where it came from. It had a 0x all the way up until that point, and it was just really awesome racing between us. I don't. It just sucks. It was a 4x when it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Unfortunately, iRacing, that's that infamous net code. But Did you believe with 18 positions you don't get the hard charger award? That's going to go to Austin Griffiths up 19 positions
Oh man, we missed it.
by one spot. So, all right, man. Who are we going to thank for the Taz Motorsports machine tonight?
The admins here at NSRL, you up in the booth for broadcast and our sponsors, J&G Hardwood, Kelly's Custom Engraving, Track Time Entertainment, Taz Motorsports, my family, friends, mom, girlfriend. Um, yeah, I think that's all the other drivers racing McLean and putting on a good show.
All right, we'll see you most likely on Thursday night for the ARCA cars.
Absolutely.
And then Bristol Showdown next week for these, right? That's what I'm seeing.
Are we at the? I think we're at the road course next week.
May 17th, that's Bristol Motor Speedway next week. Laguna is the week after.
Oh, I got my weeks messed
The
up.
24th will be Laguna Seca. That's going to be interesting with the street stocks. I have seen that happen with the street stocks. I remember seeing the bottom of a street stock when I was in the 24 Hours of Lemons race in a Pontiac Solstice and watched one go over the top of me in the corkscrew. So it can be done. I wouldn't recommend it. It'd probably give you an X or two.
Yeah, maybe.
But you can do the jump 30 feet or you can make the turn, right?
You can try and pull if car's upside down, try and pull a car's stunt with it and just bounce off your tires and keep going over them.
All right. Yeah, just kind of do a jump there. Yeah, it would work. All right, Ryan Johnson, third place tonight. We'll talk to you guys next week, Thursday or next week. See him again, I'm sure.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, Ryan. Move Brian down there. We're going to go to Brian Hacker. Brian Hacker, man, you're in the booth with Harold and not third tonight.
Not third. We're making it a little bit closer week after week. So maybe after a couple more seconds, maybe we'll get it first.
Well, you're leading the points, so this is a good points run either way. I mean, I know those the late cautions were not in your favor. I know you were in command of it, and not sure. I know that one of the restarts, it looked like the 17 got ahead of you, and then he let off to let you take the lead again, because I know you guys have some rules about the leader taking the green. So
I don't think he jumped necessarily. He just timed it perfectly, and I was able to kind of get back around him a little bit on the outside, but I overdrove a couple corners. I was just more mad at myself than anything. So, he earned it. We were just talking. There's no hard feelings or anything. It was just good hard racing, and I would much rather lose to somebody that gets a good restart on me than somebody that cleans me out last corner or something like that. So I'm happy for him. So he earned it tonight. We'll take the second. It's another good points night, another 0x night that hopefully we extend our points lead a little bit.
yeah, the 0x. You said you guys get extra points for running clean. Up 4 positions from your start, and Dula had the second fastest car on the track. Let me double check our fastest lap. I think Grosser got you. Yeah, Grosser got you just barely. He had a 2168. Your fastest was a 185. So caught you just a little bit there, but
yeah, that's all right. We'll take as many points as we can get. I'm as long as we are still able to talk to you every week. It was a good points night.
oh yeah, top 3. I mean, you got your second, and it was only the first race in North Wilkesboro that you weren't up here. So 4 in a row. I mean, start calling you Willie B here soon.
I didn't really know what I was doing at North Wilkesboro in terms of I'm not much of a pit stop strategy guy, so this has been a little bit of a learning curve for me. So now that I've got that a little bit figured out, I feel like we're good to go for the rest of the season. But next week's going to be a wild card for sure.
Next week's at Bristol.
2 weeks.
The showdown, and then Laguna.
Yeah,
we were just talking about Laguna Seca with Ryan Johnson. I told him I have a little bit of experience with the 24 Hours of Lemons, and I was in a Pontiac Solstice there, and I could tell you that the street stocks went over the top of my car in the corkscrew.
Yeah, I've run a few laps there. Get used to it. I wouldn't consider myself a road guy. I'm not terrible, but I'm more concerned about running off the track and tallying up enough incident points to get me kicked off. So hopefully that doesn't happen. We'll see. It should be fun either way, but I would really like to pad my points lead as much as possible before we head there, because who knows what could happen.
They're still doing the 14X. It won't take much to send people home.
Oh, it won't.
And because, I mean, 1Xs are so easy to grab there at Lagoon, especially right at, like I said, the corkscrew. If you don't time it just right, you're getting a 1X guaranteed.
In practice, I was getting them about every other lap, so I gotta tone that down.
Yeah, that's a tough set of corners there, and you got to woe it down, and you got to set it up for that sweeper that's right after it. So definitely a different track. So it'll be interesting. I've got some cameras for that, so definitely be able to see you. So who are we gonna thank for tonight? The Emperor Racing Team 6 North car.
I'd like to thank the team at Empire Racing Team for letting me come out and do this. One of these days, we'll bring home a trophy for them. Narrative Coffee, Carbon Junction, Pathfinder Chassis, Austin Designs, who painted this car. You for coming out and doing this, and it's always fun to go back and watch these races, and the plethora of admins that help run this thing. It's a blast to run this league.
All right, Brian Hacker, good point night for you. Great point nights for the North, all the way down to 6th spot by the North for the South track. So y'all capitalized tonight in Florida and taking home, basically painting her blue tonight, right?
Yeah, all right. That's it.
All right. Talk to you next week, Brian.
Hopefully.
All right. Gonna move on to Matt Dula. We'll give him a little bit better of a shot since he was tonight's checkered flag recipient. You see some of that right side damage to him, but not enough to get an X because he had a clean race car as far as the system goes. Maybe he would have caught that after the event because it's a lot of damage for 0X. We'll talk to him about it here. Pull Matt Dula up. Matt Dula, man, you're in victory lane with Harold Darner in One to Go Studios.
Oh my gosh, dude. That feels so surreal to hear. I can't even tell you. Oh my gosh. It's been, I think, since March of 2020 since I've won anything on the iRacing platform at all. So these moments are just, they're not guaranteed. And this is a really special one.
Yeah, and you're 20 points behind Hacker. So you both had 0X tonight, so I know that's bonus points. And so that was good. And I saw one of the race restarts, and I know that talked a little bit of Hacker about it. I know that he had the outside line. He went, and it looked like you had a little bit on him, and I think you came out of the gas to make sure that you didn't get a restart penalty. Is that right? Looked like
the last
it.
thing I wanted to get a freaking restart penalty right there. I tried to time it as well as I could. I felt like he was always going really early. So like after the pace car got off, maybe like within 2 seconds of it leaving, if that, he was going. So I knew that if he got out ahead of me, cleared me, then it was going to be second, third, fourth, and I was going to be the bridesmaid again. And I just couldn't stomach that. So I tried to get as good of a jump as I could. And then I saw, I was like, oh man, I think I'm going to beat him to the line. So I just feathered the throttle, took it out, and let him take the lead there. Drew even with him going into turn one. We raced really hard next to each other for a lap or two. And then I kind of drifted up into the corner a little bit, not even intentionally making contact with him, but I guess it turned out to be the right thing to do because we ended up, bumping into each other a little bit, and I was able to clear him off the next corner. So once that happened, I was like, man, I think I've finally got one. And I don't know, it's just really special, not to get too long into it, but I'm just really happy that my dad and my stepmother gets to watch this because, man, they had to grin through my baseball team sucking in middle school and my football team was terrible in high school. So to win one for your in front of your dad, there's nothing cooler than that. So I'm just.
He ordered some fish tacos and a shark steak tonight. He didn't even give me nothing.
Well, I'm glad he didn't waste a good meal. On Thursday I wrecked and it was terrible on lap 3. So I'm glad to have a good result.
Definitely, man. So your Ricker Truck Company car in victory lane, and so it's gonna move you probably up. Dante didn't even make the race tonight, man. This league is so tough. I mean, you got to talk to the drivers. Nobody's protected. A lot of the race leagues protect the top so many drivers. Like with provisional start positions, like NASCAR has gone to recently. But you guys go with the old school that nobody's protected. You have to get in. If you don't make it, you pack it up and you hope for the next race. And Dante Curtis in the 0-3, he was ahead of you in the points league, didn't even get his start tonight.
Yeah, what's funny is that I was about 5 minutes from not making this race because my wife and I were out to dinner, and dinner went a little bit over. So I got here, I loaded up the computer. The beta wouldn't load, so I had to load in the old school way. Got in like 30 seconds before the drivers meeting, so I didn't get a practice lap. So it's just, yeah, it's incredible how things work out. I feel bad for Dante. That guy's so fast all year long, but this is kind of the break that we needed to stay right up there in the points, conversation. And we got Laguna Seca coming up, which is an absolute wild card. You never know what's going to happen there. So it feels nice to have a win. It just feels nice to have a win regardless. Finish first, second, fifth in points, whatever, and to have Ricker trucking on the hood and Buff's tire. Um, both It's just really cool to have sponsors that are that care and want to see this team succeed. So it's just a great experience so far. And I want to also thank J&G Hardwood Floors and you guys for putting this whole thing on, and just the whole North South Racing League. Like, it's so professionally run. I enjoy this every Monday and Thursday. I can't say that I enjoy too much else happening on iRacing all the time. So I love racing with these guys. Just a whole group of good people for real.
Oh, wait. So we're going from here, this half mile, to the Bristol track for the showdown next week. And then, like you were saying, the week after that will be Laguna Seca, which will be interesting to see these cars. And like I was telling the guys earlier, both the two drivers in the victory lane, I have seen a street stock clear a Pontiac Solstice, because I was the Solstice at Laguna Seca.
I believe it. You can jump these things like Dukes of Hazzard if you get enough speed going over those bumps, man. I'm telling you.
And it was that corkscrew. I'm in the corkscrew. I see this car over my head. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I believe it, man. And unfortunately, I might be that to somebody this, in 2 weeks. So I'm glad that we have this win, because that's going to be my drop week for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough, turning the car left and right. I think they were talking about trying to figure out what setup they're going to use. I'm seeing some of that in the discussions, so I can help them out with that, I think, if they need it. But definitely, this is a beast, and I know the guys that ran this in the 24 hours said it was all wheel, like a lot of hard inputs. So you guys are going to be definitely wheeling it through that track, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch. You guys put on a good show every week. 42 drivers showed up tonight. 30 drivers made it too. So 12 people had to pack up. And, this is like the third week in a row that you guys have been over 40 drivers showing up to the racetrack. It just says good things about the competition, about the guys' desires, the practice you guys put in, the amount of hours and time. I know it's not said enough. A lot of people think you guys just jump in and race the cars. And being a driver myself, I said, oh, that's not the case. There's a lot of practicing going on behind the scenes that you don't get to see. So,
Oh yeah, for sure. And I honestly think North South Racing League's putting out one of the best products in iRacing right now. I hope that it gains more traction, gets more eyes on it, because the races are always good. There's always a battle for the win. It's never a snooze fest. You can look anywhere first through 30th on the track and you'll find some action. And all competitive drivers. I think the margin from first to 26 tonight was 0.19 seconds. I mean, that's insanely close. You don't get that other places. So yeah, I'm just honored to be a part of this, and to win here means a lot against these guys. We've got a lot of competitive drivers.
yeah, definitely a lot. Like you said, it's so you guys qualified at 20.1, and I got to go all the way down to 22nd to get to 20.3.
Oh yeah, it's big.
So and then you know that's like getting into the danger zone of being off the bubble. So 20.3 was the last guy at 317 was the last person who qualified in on time, and a 20.326, which would have been 0.2 off of your qualifying time, was sent to the LCQ.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's and the funny part is you blow one corner, and you're in the LCQ. You just slide in the corner a little too hard, you lose 1/10 to 0.2 of a second. It's over. So you have to be on it all the time in this league. It's incredible. I'm just so honored to finally get this done and to finally get a win.
All right, so that's Matt Dula in the Ricker Trucking Company 17. First win of the season. We'll see you guys back here Thursday night doing Battle in the ARCA cars, and next Monday night at Bristol for the showdown. And then our sponsor, Kelly Customs Engraving, will have that plaque up. I mean, and you'll actually have a trophy that time if you get up in for that one.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They do great work. I actually have one of their cups here that I bought. So I'm a big fan of Kelly's Custom Engraving. They're awesome.
All right, so that's Matt Dula. Tonight's checkered flag. We'll let you get back to the trailer. Celebration is a must for the 17 guys.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right. All right, so that's Matt Dula. Throw the hard charger up for the night. Austin Griffiths in the 19th positions up in the 19. So 19 position gain for the 19, and he will be tonight's Track Time Entertainment Hard Charger Award for the North South Racing League. And as it was said earlier, Matt Dula was your winner. Brian Hacker's second. Third was Johnson, Grosser, Womack, Apel, Griffiths, Klaczynski, Cook, and Atkins. And one more time,
We're being attacked!
Matt Dula gets the extra $25 for winning in the enemy territories by being a north driver winning at a south track. So for the Shark Bike Capital of the World 125, presented by J&G Hardwood Flooring, Street Stock Series for the North South Racing League, 5-Star Realty Group at New Smyrna Beach, Florida. I'm Harold Darner, One to Go Studios. We'll see you next week as we're talking about we're going to Bristol. Need to see you guys back here for that showdown. Till then, we'll see you at the next turn. What an exciting race brought to you by One to Go Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's one to go. Thank you to all our sponsors, drivers, and viewers. We'll see you at the next turn.